Previously on Final Fantasy XVI.
Don't look back!
Trying not to. Clive bested. Shit. Way to go, face. You fucked up.
And now back to Yoshi Peak Fiction. Hello! NicoB! Back with some more Final Fantasy XVI. When we last left off, we traveled to the free city of Canberra and faced off against Harbard, who fought us using the power of Gungnir, one of Odin's weapons, which was actually a pretty great fight, to be honest. Then Barnabas stepped out and thoroughly kicked our ass, with Jill staying behind to keep him at bay, and then made Clive big angry. So he did the unthinkable and helped Mid with her fucking boat again, and rode after Barnabas' ship, which led to him saving Jill, and once again facing off against Barnabas, and then once again getting his ass beat. God damn this ticket! Fuck! Only for Barnabas to reveal to us that, in fact, all of the freaking dominants with their control over the icons are seemingly only here to serve as delicious yummies for Mythos, which in turn, I guess, is to serve as a vessel for Ultima, to have all of that sweet demon power. Which definitely made Clive really sad. But then Jill was like, do me right here, Clive.
And Clive was like, shit, wait, what was I upset about again? I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, let's fucking do this.
Okay, but first,
They fucking Zorbs her Shiva powers. And he's like, was that sex? Sure. And then that was it. That was their sex. And Torgal's over to the side, just shaking his head like, God damn it, Clive. You ain't ever getting laid. I'm just kidding. They fuck like monkeys and it was fantastic. Oh my God.
Do you guys know that there's actually an extra DLC where you get to play through the sex minigame with Jill?
It's great. It's actually the hardest fucking shit in the game. You have to do some serious perfect parries, some perfect dodges and counters, lots of thrusting, like just tons and tons of thrusting. Or as Devil May Cry puts it, stingers. Just again and again and again and again and again. It was great. I've already played that part for at least 30 hours. I can't show it on stream for obvious reasons, but it was easily the best part of this entire game for me. I highly recommend it. It costs $800 for the DLC, but in my opinion, it's fucking worth the price of admission. Yoshi P clearly understands his audience here, all right? But yeah, so now we have the abilities of Shiva. And it's funny, I wasn't actually sure if that was gonna happen here. It sort of seems like it was just gonna be Jill, fighting alongside Clive. It didn't really seem like there was a reason for her to give her powers to him unless she was gonna die. To be honest, I was thinking potentially that could happen, that she could die at any moment. But I don't know. I felt less like death flags were raised for her than for Sid. Sid felt to me like, yeah, this just feels like it's gonna fucking happen. I didn't feel it quite as much with Jill, which is why I didn't really think at any point she was actually gonna be dead on that ship. I think part of it's just the fact that the game has already just made it so clear, right? Like they've already titillated us with so much teasing between Clive and Jill and that romance that was gonna happen, that I didn't think that they would cop out in the end and just fucking like kill her off and nothing happens. I was like, nah, I don't think Yoshi P's gonna do us like that, all right? I don't think he would do us like that. But I will say I am glad that we finally did it and we got to see it, and it happened. It happened in a freaking M-rated Final Fantasy, but we actually got legitimate, actual sexual intercourse between two characters. And I don't mean like, fucking, like Benedicta, everybody else. I mean like two loving individuals actually consummating their relationship in a beautiful way. It's like, God damn it. This is what I fucking live for. Fuck me. Why can't more video games do this bullshit? Why? Why we gotta wait till this shit's fucking M-rated for it to happen? Why can't Cloud just get fucking laid? God! Ah! But along those same lines, last episode, Chemo Cyrus 6217 said, I don't think Clive knows how to do this. You're supposed to put something in her, not take something out. Damn it, Clive. You're doing it wrong. It's the other way around. You should have been putting all of your icon bullshit inside of her instead. Clive, what you experienced is what we lovingly refer to as pegging. Wait, what? No, that's not what happened at all. What are you talking about? No. But Chemo, thank you so much for your incredibly accurate comment. And here's that reason you are comment today. But yeah, so looking through the comments, a lot of what I sort of saw from people was that this is sort of the point of the story that a lot of people were sort of fell off. Like where this whole thing with Ultima and Barnabas and everything, like, I mean, despite the fact that yes, Jill and Clive, had sex and that great stuff and some cool fights, the actual story side, it's kind of veered away now from honestly being like Game of Thrones anymore. To be honest, it's really kind of not anymore. It's more just about like stopping Ultima and his, you know, his godly shit. It's more like an actual Final Fantasy game now, right? To be honest, it's more like, or more, should I say, more like a lot of the older ones, you know? Where now we gotta stop God. Because of course we have to kill God. But I saw a lot of people say like, yeah, like Barnabas's like monologue down beneath the ocean was like kind of dull, and I was sort of like losing interest there. And I also saw a lot of people comparing Ultima to Zed from Xenoblade 3. So I guess give my opinion or how I feel about it personally. I do think that Ultima is better than Zed, simply by the fact that he actually fucking does things in the story, right? Like he actually, like Zed spends most of the time in Xenoblade 3 just sitting around in his big dumb theater area, sort of telling people to do stuff and also just kind of sitting on his ass and just having absolutely no personality in any way. So at the very least, at least Ultima's actually kind of like doing stuff, you know? He's like possessing Typhon, he's fucking trying to claim Clive, and then Joshua stops him, and like, you know, like he's like making attempts and things are happening, right? But absolutely, by all accounts, he is cut from a very similar cloth that is Zed, in that he is this just enigmatic thing that doesn't have much of a personality in any way. He's just the bad guy that wants to nurture Clive to be the ultimate vessel so that he can become all powerful and do something. And I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some point where we get exactly what it is that he wants to do. I don't know if everyone being a Kashyyyk is something that he actually wants, or if that's just something that Barnabas himself wants. But clearly Barnabas is an extension of that, right? And I think that's the big issue that a lot of people are having, is that motivation just isn't that interesting in comparison to a lot of other ones. Because it's not like that relatable, right? It's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, man, yeah, I definitely can sympathize or empathize to some extent with that. And that's what to me always makes a captivating villain, is if they can have motivations that are sort of like, you understand it. Even if it's, you know, it's not right, you can still understand it. And seemingly Barnabas is just like all cool about Clive eventually just getting his power and probably killing him at some point, you know? I wouldn't say that I was necessarily bored in any of like the monologue stuff for Barnabas. I thought it was interesting to see that, oh, in fact, all of the icons of dominance were literally created for the purpose of feeding mythos. So I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a surprise. I didn't really think about that. I think a lot of it is just the fact that the acting in this game and the cinematography is still so fucking good that it makes even some of the most mundane seems pretty interesting, which is why some of the quests, by comparison, when it's just them just kind of standing around, just like their faces moving at each other, like the best of acting isn't going to save that shit, or like, and there's no cinematography or anything with it. So it's just kind of, it really gets boring for those. But I think from a writing perspective, I understand why this sort of became the story that it is now, versus the Game of Thrones political intrigue that we had at the beginning. And that's because as we've been doing this and essentially have been like destroying these crystals, that is like the end of each of these nations, right? Like that's it. They're done. Their leaders are dead. And after that, what's left? What's left for in the story for that area to talk about? Mostly stuff that's shown in side content, that's shown in like, oh, well, this would happen to the people and everything, but not really much in terms of actually making use of that in the main story and having it be like a focal point. Because all of these nations are all basically being told through their leaders, through Hugo, through Benedicta, through Barnabas, through Dion. They're top dogs, they're top leaders, and when they're all dead, that kind of destroys and ends that story. So what do you do when you get to the end of this huge cycle that we've had of fighting and killing dominance, when there's only one fucker left? Like, it's kind of hard to have political intrigue when there's only one dude sitting at the table at this point. Now, that isn't to say they couldn't have written the story in other ways. You know, they could have had the characters that they beat in these epic fights not die, like Dion, you know, and have their stories continue so that they could potentially continue some kind of politics or intrigue or whatever, continue the Game of Thrones train, as opposed to what they ended up doing here. But clearly they were kind of done with their story by these points. So in order to fill this part towards the end, they introduced Ultima as sort of the big overarching bad guy behind all of this. And I will say at the least that I am glad that they introduced this character earlier. They didn't pull a Final Fantasy IX and wait till like the very fucking end. And they're like, oh, it was Ultima the whole time, you know? And then like, you know, show a character we've literally not heard of at all. But I think it was pretty clear to me, even before the time skip, right? Before, what was going on with Joshua and everything, that this was how this story was going to go. That the end game was going to be Ultima. I think they made it pretty obvious. And I do agree that I don't think it is as captivating as the politics of the different kingdoms and everything, and actually seeing all that play out. Funny enough, this is actually exactly what happens in Final Fantasy Tactics as well. As much as I love that game, the game ends in a similar way where it's like, yeah, it comes down to also Ultima being the main bad guy that we got to take care of. But I think that story benefited a bit more from actually having more characters outside of this main group that were always involved in some way, even when main leaders were brought down. That at least allowed for the politics to last maybe longer than they necessarily are in this game. Even if it still ends up just being, fucking Crystal Bear guys versus the fucking evil behind it all. But yeah, it's funny. I mean, really think about it though. It's the stories are kind of similar in that regard. So anyway, I wouldn't say I'm like off the boat or I'm just like, oh, this fucking game sucks now or anything like that. I kind of saw where this story was going pretty early on. So I'm not like caught off guard or surprised by this outcome. I think the biggest issue, honestly, is just the fact that Barnabas himself, I feel, is a little undercooked. Like Ultima being the big baddie and ultimately is just going to be just this evil dickhead or whatever is one thing. But the fact that Barnabas is seemingly just like an extension of that with seemingly very little motivations of his own. It's just him, wanting to do whatever Ultima asks him to do does sort of like take away from his character and from some of the interesting stuff that we got with previous characters like Hugo and Dion and everything else. But anyway, we have an absolute metric shit ton of side quests going on right now. I have a very distinct feeling I'm not gonna be showing all of these because I think some of these, like the Blacksmith Blues, it's like, I get the fucking gist. It's gonna be something that the fucking Blackthorn is just like all antsy about, and this is gonna be to prove my potions in some way. I don't know what this is. Even weirder science. Fine enough, I like how last episode I was like, by the way, I'm gonna start cutting down some of these videos so they're not so long, and the last video ended up being the longest one out of all of them. And the main reason was because I ended up getting stuck on the main story stuff, but I also actually ended up cutting any of those quests because they actually, at least to me, all felt at least like there was something worth seeing in that, You guys did also tell me a little bit about how Shiva is. Apparently, she's okay. It seems like overall she's maybe not quite as powerful as some of the other ones, but there are good things about it. Like this dodge of hers is good, but I think the timing for getting like the permafrost stuff is a bit tighter than maybe even like the regular dodge, because I don't think this can be really like quite as spammed maybe as the normal dodge. There was also quite a bit of like, I don't know, people sort of argued over whether Mesmerize was a good move. It instantly looked like a bad move to me because it seemingly only pulls in like weaker foes, but apparently does decent stagger damage. And if you're like against a big boss or something, you can do it point blank to them and it'll do a good bit of stagger damage to them. You managed to land all of the little shards into the enemy. But I think the problem with it is it's rather short range too. Rhyme is pretty good, but apparently it's also a little odd in how it fires because it doesn't actually like stop when it hits the enemy. It just goes like a certain distance. So aiming it could be kind of weird. And this move is pretty good because again, it can be charged just like the Titan moves. And then apparently Dom Dust is also excellent. It's basically kind of like the Garuda move in that it just does insanely good stagger damage. So yeah, we'll have to fuck around some with this. I'll have to just go ahead and I think we'll for now, I'm gonna refund all my Ramuh stuff. I'm not gonna do any mixing and matching because I do want to try the moves on Shiva first. So we'll try Mesmerize. Oh, wow, look at that. That's actually pretty cool looking. Get everybody in there. I'll try, we'll just try Rhyme first. All right, real quick. Let me check the infirmary, though. Joshua, what are you doing?
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be.
I feel great. I just had 6.
Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Oh, sorry, say that name?
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas.
He T-posed me into oblivion.
I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Wherever the fuck he is. Crystalline Dominion. Nameless slum. Yeah, imagine the people there are gonna be kind of pissed at Dion for, you know, fucking killing everybody. He's like, don't mind me, I'm gonna crash here.
What is this place?
Medicine girl, most important character of the game. Let's go.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Hey, look, it's the guy that killed everybody. Get it!
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
When did she die? Yesterday, when you killed everyone. Oh, shit, sorry. Also, I'm glad at least Dion seems to still have, like, something going on here. I don't know what this is going to lead to.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them.
You owe me $20.
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
No. Well, this is gonna like lead to Dion having some kind of redemption. That would be nice.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Josh was like, that was weird.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Take your goddamn fucking medicine!
Lady Dyer.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Torgo's like, what about me? What'd I do? You sit here and chew your ass. Okay.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Quest is currently restricted. Why? Why restricted? I'm not locked out for good. Okay, first time I understood because I had to walk in there, but come on. We're done. All right, Vivian.
Compliment. Say, Clive, I was wondering when you'd arrive.
Give me the lowdown.
Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
Can I just ride on Joshua's back?
All right. If it will get you out of my hair.
So we don't catch fire in the
But
process?
interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
Why are you looking at me like that? When do I ever interrupt you? What's that? Shut up! No, fuck you!
Barnabas Tham. The one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed.
Waloed, they're so
Barnabas was
lewd.
only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike.
And I'm guessing that's because of Ultima.
All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Hey, that's me!
You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Oh my god, it's the era we fucked in, of course!
Back to that beach, mate.
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn.
Can you just take the fucking thanks?
Probably
Jesus.
more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh good, is Clive buying us ale again? No, I'm not doing that anymore. Shut up! Okay, progress of the quest is not limited anymore. Alright, good. Jesus. And now, and even another quest is available. Oh my god. Yeah, another one over here. Oh my Jesus Christ, monkey dicks. So wait, okay, hold on. How many quests do I have right now? Like, good god. So there's like at least one here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just the ones in the hideaway. What about over here? What about out in the world?
Clive.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 fucking quests already fucking available, you motherfuckers. And you see, I think the fact that this is eliciting this reaction for me is already indicating that there's just not enough great quests in this game to feel like it carries it, you know? I didn't feel this way about necessarily like Xenoblade 3, you know? Because I felt so invested in all those quests, because they were all so closely tied to the main story in each of the areas that was interesting. But I think the fact that I'm just kind of looking at this and going, holy fuck me, is all I need to know. It's not as, I don't know, you ever just play something you don't even realize necessarily that something might be bugging you until you're actually like groaning to yourself like, fuck, oh god, here we go. Again, I don't think the quests in this game are fucking trash or anything, but there's just too many that are just absolute nothings. So again, very, very distinct possibility some of these are gonna get cut. So hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna do my best to keep only the ones that I think really are the most interesting in here. And those are likely gonna be the ones that focus on characters. I don't know, is potentially Blackthorn's one here could be interesting if they actually make something interesting about it, but the first two I will say have been just, to me, just whatever, right? Like, it's like, he gets all bummed out because he doesn't have this one thing. And if it's that again, it's just this other thing that he doesn't want, I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna cut that one out. It better touch on some deep-seated fucking horrendous fear of Blackthorns to make this shit fucking worthwhile at this point. Ooh, I got Ice Brand. Cool.
No scratches, right?
No scratches on that shit. And it is not actually blue like I expected it to be. Does look cool though. Joshua, what are you doing?
I have no reason to assume.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Yeah, it turns out I knew all about Ultima up to this point. I just didn't mention it.
Unity of Ultima. Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
it would appear the past still has much to teach us. Though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss.
That motherfucker.
To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Wait, what?
Joshua,
When the hell did you get
if you're
that?
finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles? For a short while.
Of course, Lawsman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
Can I talk to him too? I guess I can't.
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise next.
Gav's like, I heard you guys had sex. Shut up, Gav.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout.
Two bros.
Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
Can she even cast Ice Magic anymore?
But
is she just like a normal person now?
Very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
And I'll see you all in hell.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
All right, this probably is the point where I'm going to want to try to do some quests here. So I feel like if I go talk to him, it's probably going to be like, lock me into that. Potentially. So we got some pluses here. Let me go talk to the old man real quick. Get him caught up all the shit that's been going on. Gotta stay up to date on all my dank lore.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
I don't think you've read this shit either, old man. Oh my gabber!
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Woo, look at all this shit. All right. Southwestern Alliance, an entente formed between Demacia and the Duchy of Rosaria in the year 850 at the aim of preventing the free cities of Canver from claiming independence from the Republic. While the alliance eventually became a three-way affair when Sombrick joined, bonds between the Delmex and the Rosarians remained particularly strong, with Rosaria sharing the secret vital techniques such as irrigation and the free flow of various diplomats between the two nations. Interesting. Desmekis, a mother crystal, is believed to have stood in an area in the northeastern part of Demacia. Legends tell that it was destroyed in a battle between men and gods, a battle so ferocious that it left behind the great crater that can be seen today. I wonder if that'll actually come into play in any way. The Bank of Gilbert the Great Lender, a folk religion popular in the free cities of Canver. Gilbert the Gildan was a legendary trader who not only introduced the concept of fiat currency to Valisthea, but founded Canver's very first merchants guild. When that same guild was later entrusted with administering Valisthea's common currency, they chose the name Gil in honor of their revered founding father. The faith is organized largely along the lines of the commercial organization, and prayers tend to be aimed at bringing prosperity and success in business. Okay, that explains this universe's reason for calling it guild, but what about every other Final Fantasy game? We just fucking felt like it. The Triunity of A59, a tripartite alliance formed in the year A59 between the Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Sambric. Its purpose was to oppose the independence of the free cities of Canver, due to fears that this might inspire similar independence movements elsewhere in the realm. The alliance was disbanded in A60 in light of attack on Phoenix Gate and dispute over Sambricois culpability in the affair. And finally, Magitech. Magitech? A term that appears in early histories of the fallen civilization and describes their highly advanced magical technology, of which the airship is the best known example, and also Magitech armor. They also produced weapons all but indistinguishable from living beings, yet those destructive power revival that of the gods of legend. The early chroniclers label these beasts the Iconoclasts, and it is from this term that icons of the present day take their moniker. Interesting. Magitech is actually in this game. Okay, here we go. After surviving the disaster of Phoenix Gate, he devoted himself to uncovering the truth behind the emergence of the second icon of fire. With the help of the Undying, he obtained a copy of the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, okay, from whose pages he learned of the existence of Ultima. Maybe, did he mention this before when he was telling us about his work with the Undying? That might have been, he might have, it might just slip my mind. The creature was later to meet with and seal away inside himself in the sanctuary of Drake's Head. Now reunited with his brother, he and Clive fight as one to defeat Ultima and forge a new fate for mankind. Oh, interesting. The Messer Girl has a name. Cahill? I don't even think they said her name in the thing here. The care of the young medicine girl named Cahill. Pretty sure that wasn't even mentioned in any of those cutscenes. But apparently she has a name. Sleipnir Harbard, Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Elude's armies, despite apparently falling to Clive Rosfield's blade outside of the Canverian Agora. He appeared again in the Ironworks, conjuring countless doubles of himself that set upon Clive and his allies, proving Joshua's theory that the Constant Knight was no mere swordsman, but a magical creation of King Barnabas. Goats. Apprenticed to Karen, an ally of the Hideaway. Karen purchased goats from his neglectful parents after witnessing how they abused and undervalued their child, and it has been his pleasure to serve her ever since. His Nan feels much the same way about him, going so far as to call him her right eye. On rare occasions, she lets her true feelings slip. Aw. Alright, Ultima, the otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that's plagued Valisthea, and the creature King Barnabas of Elude worships as his god. Ultima requires a vessel in which to inculcate his disembodied soul, and Clive's curious ability to absorb the powers of other icons suggests that he is the very mythos that Ultima has long awaited. He wills Clive to absorb the other icons that his vessel might be perfected. Moss the Chronicler, fabled scholar of Valisthean history and legend, it was Moss's writings that inspired Hippocrates to pursue his own career as a scholar of all things Valisthean. In his later years, he delved into the hidden history of Ultima and the Circle of Malleus. But alas, his findings were denounced as baseless speculation in certain scholarly circles. As a result, Moss's theories received little widespread notice and were all but stricken from the historical record. The Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion once prominent across the entirety of Valisthea, its key ideologies were rooted in the sacred nature of the Mother Crystals and the worship of Ultima as a god. Though long since faded, scholars believe the faith eventually branched off into what is now widely known as the Crystalline Orthodox. Ah. Makes sense. Wonder why they forgot who Ultima was, though. Crystal, one of the most valuable materials known to mankind thanks to its ability to channel ambient ether from the air, allowing those without an innate power to do so to cast magics. After Ultima cast Primogenesis and the skies over Valisthea darkened, many of the municipal crystals that fired forges and filled wells began to fail. In certain areas, even those ration shards that people relied on in their everyday lives lost their spark, making life all but unlivable. Ah, interesting. Icon, shatter aspects of Ultima's power given flesh by human host. It is the two Wardens of Fire, Phoenix and Ifrit, whose together comprised his perfect form. The icons of the lesser elements serving as sacrifices to Mythos' altar in order to test and bolster the vessel's strength. Really? The two Wardens of Fire together comprise his perfect form. And the other ones are lesser elements? Damn. Get wrecked, everyone who's not fire. Mythos. Ultima's name for the vessel of limitless power that he has long awaited. He identifies Clive as this mythos by virtue of awakening as the dominant of Ifrit and having the power to absorb the ether of other icons. Ultima manipulates his servants into pitting Clive against the other dominants that he might drink of their strength and bring Mythos closer to perfection. I feel like it'd be just a lot easier, just have him, just give it to him. No, he's gonna beat their ass first. Will, that which separates humans from animals and is given shape by consciousness, a sense of self, and a freedom of thought. Even when one is deprived of other freedoms, it is one's will that drives the pursuit of true liberty. To Ultima, however, human will is a sickness that prevents them from taking their proper divine form, that of the Akashic who blindly serve his own purposes. To this end, he cast Primogenesis, transforming much of humanity into his soulless servants. You know, it's funny that they call the break gauge in this too, right? Or the stagger stuff. I think they also call that the enemy's will as well, right? So also playing a bit into the theming here. The bonds of consciousness, the fellow feeling that binds a person with those they love and who love them. So long as these bonds remain strong, so too does a human's grip upon their will. Ultima casts Primogenesis in order to sever these bonds of consciousness, that humanity might lose their wills and turn Akashic, and that his vessel might be perfected. All right, all caught up. Oh, Oscar.
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool, that some of my fellow Guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But my lord...
Get out of here!
My training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly...
We haven't done anything. What are you talking about?
I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Fare thee well, Oscar. Get the fuck out of here! We've got mail! Just one question here. Duty.
My Lord Marquez, in your absence, shall I watch over my due charges, affording them every protection I am able? I only ask that you do the same for His Grace, Yota.
Shut up. I'm doing it. He's my brother. I'm not gonna let him die. Quentin. Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you've done for Lostwing. So in lieu of any awkward merciments, I shall be sending several barrels of next season's vintage. Can only hope that they turn you off that foamy swill you and yours so covet. Hey, it's good. Not great, but it's good, and that's all we need is good. And tail makes 4. Clive, there's one crystal left be cracking, but one man who can do it. So see you don't. Oh, why'd you write me? We're about to go have a conversation. You fucking stupid dork. Let me send me this shit up like right across the fucking hall. Let's have like 2 sentences, you dumbass. All right, whatever. Captain Doris. Sir, I and the other Cursebearers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest her recent investigations have visited upon her, Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. If it is not too much trouble, I would ask that you speak with the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
Okay, all right. So I have a very distinct feeling you're just gonna be like, go get some ding-dongs and doodlies from my doodle thing so that I may make your potions yet less shit.
Marbles?
And the answer is yes. He just wants to go do some random bullshit to get up, to kill a marble to make my potions better.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Oh, goody.
She? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
All right, here's the marble. His name is Carrot. Oh, goody. All right, let's give me a chance to try out my Shiva shit. Let's see how this goes. Whoa!
All right
Ah, fuck it. Oh, wrong move. Okay, that. Ooh, that did pretty decent stagger damage. Ah! Oh god, okay, I'm fucked up. Yeah, so you throw it out in front of you like that, and it kind of... Oh god. Goes a certain distance, though. Yeah, saying I can freeze them in place if I press this again when I move, which is pretty useful. It doesn't last long. But if I can get a perfect one, it'll last much longer. I can't kind of just spam this, though, I can't say. Like that. Ah, there we go. Wow, that lasts a while. All right, here we go. Now I gotta think about how I'm gonna do this. Like the usual. Do this. Do this. I don't have lightning rod on, so then I think I need to throw this back a lot from here, and then throw this, and then throw this. Not nearly as much damage because I kind of fucked that up. It's really hard, tough to do this without lightning rod. I'm gonna probably want to get that back. Just trying to see if any of these moves are any good. Yeah, I think the rhyme move will likely be pretty good with, oh god. That's amazing. Would probably be pretty good alongside, lightning rod. And dead. All right, well, using the marble, he made the flowers over here nice and pretty. Cool. So, invigorated Morgan beard extract, necessary for further increasing consumable potency. Maximized. Huzzah! You've obtained vial of invigorated Morgan beard extract, further increasing potency. Most potions and high potions now restore even more HP, while strength, stone skin, and Lionheart tonics last even longer. Dope. So potions now heal 28%, which is versus the 20% I believe we had at the start. And high potions do 56%. I think it was originally, actually 40%. So this was actually gone up quite a bit. This was just gone up a little bit. And now, God, 108 seconds for stone skin, 72 seconds, 36 seconds. Pretty damn good. All right, this is the blacksmith blues again. If this doesn't end up having something sort of like interesting about Blackthorn, I'm skipping it.
Flashy ring.
Okay, yeah, he's like, oh, I showed him a ring and he got really upset about it. I wonder what it was. It's like, oh, it's gonna be probably a method that he hasn't done before, and blah, 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 blah.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Oh, ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together. Back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows.
Okay, this is something.
Brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though.
Don't mess with the Zoltan?
I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Idaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Yeah, fuck him.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit?
Fuck you, Adam Sandler.
Secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right.
No, I don't.
And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Karava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
All right, I'm letting this one fly because, and I had a feeling because I was like, this might be the last one of these, right? Because I feel like we're getting pretty far into this game at this point. So this actually is somewhat tied to Blackthorn in some way. It's not just like some random jobber showed up and had this thing and he's like, oh god, if it was that, I would skip this. But someone tied to his past and like an apprentice of his. All right. I'll give this one a chance. Oh, interesting. It's actually an area that I was blocked off before too. Let me in.
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Open the fucking door.
The gate's closed.
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble.
I am trouble.
I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you asked so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Now get away!
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Yeah, let's go beat his ass up. Come on, Blackthorn.
Go on then.
Much obliged.
Very morbid looking here. Remember, it's just the dour lighting of the entire planet.
So this is Dravozd. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
No, I'm not. I blow people up.
You ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
Forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
He's a bit of a prick like me. Oh, goody. I actually like that I'm actually going to a section that I have not been to yet. Like, this area was literally locked off. Granted, it's not like this town looks exactly super different from any of the other ones, but it's a little thing. And hey, look, they've got a new song, The Lion in the Hair. Only 40K.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it!
Hotter!
Those miserable flames
Come on!
will melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Bitch.
Blackthorn's here.
I'm a god of this world.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
Here, I can fucking nuke it for you guys. Calm
I'm a
down.
busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
I would just light that shit up for him and be like, look, there, I lit your stupid thing. Fucking happy? You dang bitch. Bitch. Bitch.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravost. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravost in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravost prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive.
Yeah?
Dravost won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it.
Do it.
This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way.
No, fuck you. Ours.
It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two with you, August.
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat.
Salamanders!
Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
As always. Alrighty. Dead. Yeah, the ice move is fine. The big charging ice move on Shiva's okay. I
dare say
wouldn't say anything insanely good, but like this move. It's alright. There you go.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Look at this hot shit.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
We're saved.
Sorry about earlier.
No, you're not.
I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that.
Yeah, but it was blown up in a day. Bazinga!
They involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
God, Blackthorn gets so mopey all the time.
I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
Yo, git.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Plus, his chances still actually is not the end of this. He didn't forgive him, which means that's saving it for potentially another time.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Fat asshole.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pit gold cinder. How'd you come by this?
Don't worry about it.
And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he?
Yeah.
Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes.
Me neither.
I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. About to put Zoltan back in his place.
Yeah, boy. I'm gonna make me a new pair of pants.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though.
It's always next time, right? Clive, shut up.
Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
I think this guy's in love with Blackthorn, by the way. All right, what can he make? Ouroboros. Ouroboros belt! It's quite good. Stone Tongue and Comet Feather, though. Don't got those. Yeah, I think I also had this. Yeah, the Sons of Ouroboros, which I also don't have enough for. Stained Loincloth. Oh my fuck you, game. God damn it. No! Yeah, it's not over. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? Why is there another plus there? This piece of shit. Fuck. God, here we go again. I can only imagine what would happen if someone like literally saved every quest in the game for the very end. They just come here and they're just like, fucking Blackthorn's like, I'm all sad again. God damn it, Blackthorn. Fucking, it was 5 minutes. God damn it, dude. Just take your soul off, Blackthorn.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that.
What?
Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
Everyone, I thought I was going to say the fucking furnace blew up and killed everybody.
They've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently.
Ah, fuck me.
Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
Something ain't done soon, everyone's gonna fucking die. Listen, I can't right now. Listen, man, I got some other shit, all right? We just did this 10 seconds ago. All right, fine.
I won't let that happen.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Just stay out of my fucking way. Back we go! Goddamn Blackthorn.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
For now.
Clive! You're here!
I am!
The Akashic.
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it.
Fucking killing everybody!
Villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid.
Sid.
I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip.
Thanks, August.
Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw. Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Ah, fucking Blackthorn. How the fuck did you follow me?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
Yeah.
Prick.
Is that all you fucking got?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me, the best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravos is safe.
I'll even help.
I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in.
You're always doing this, August.
Short enough on
Why?
time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Shut up. Like, you guys are acting like you're gonna fucking do anything. For God's sakes, we're gonna go in there or not?
You,
Yes, go! Come on!
We can't afford
There's no time!
nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Right behind me.
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there.
You guys are talking too much. Let me just beat their asses.
I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
If they kill me, then I make a pretty shitty protagonist.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravos till I get back.
Leave it to me.
August, you stand here for moral support.
Give those things what for, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, let's go beat these things up. I'm so fucking sick of this bullshit. Sick of these stupid blue people coming in and fucking steal our jobs. Oh, blue goat, even worse.
Alright. Which one of you's first?
Which one's fucking first to die? Ah, fuck. Ah, shit, get me in the face. Hey, come here. Oh, yeah. Man, fuck this. Taste the power of ice. Oh, God, there was more. Holy shit, look at the size of that fucking Gryffindor. Man, screw this. Eat this. Nuke that fucking stagger bar.
Is that it? Apparently not.
Hello. What the fuck? Oh, shit. That's a new one. Canyon Chimera.
Cost me.
Yeah, Shiva's moves are pretty, like, the dodge move is pretty good. It's like, it's hard to say whether it's better than, like, having the Berserker ring thing. And being able to do that is pretty great. Even if it's only for a short time. But it's pretty good. Unfortunately, my current build is definitely not great for dealing damage in these moments. Yeah.
No, the question is, did I miss any?
What's for dinner?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good.
Wow, way to go, guys.
So you do know.
I killed 30, you killed 2.
More will come in time.
More.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you.
Yeah.
And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravosht what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
And the pants he makes.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Kiss me, you fool.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
Okay, I think this might be the last one for Blackthorn.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Shut up, August!
Better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Cracked anvil seal.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? A certain ring?
Who told you about that?
I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
Goddamn right.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
Yes.
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Yeah, so we've been building up here. We get an Ouroboros, like, sash and belt and whatever, and now probably, like, the Ouroboros sword. Maybe that's, like, the best weapon in the game. That's not New Game Plus. I know you get, like, I think technically you can only get the best weapon, Ultima, or whatever, I think on New Game Plus.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help.
I know.
You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip.
Ah.
The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here.
Everything I built up, right?
From the Outer Isles?
That's cute.
That'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
What should be worse than what I have? It's worse than the ice brand. Fuck!
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
To the fucking bellows. Do I need, like, anything to do it, or am I just gonna get it? Sounds like I might just get it. Many years later.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Cool. Oh, this looks like kind of like my starting sword, but just...
to end all swords.
Oh, Ragnarok?
Ragnarok.
It looks a little bit like my starting sword, but just a little gnarlier.
Quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravozd.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok.
Oh.
Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
What? You're telling me this isn't your best work?
I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
It's kind of surprising.
One legend at a time, eh, lads?
They're like...
Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
We're making this based on all the work you did for us. All the things you got for all for this one sword. This is great. Yes, behold, our ultimate work, Ragnarok. Nothing will ever be better. Anyway, here's a list of things to make up for us to make a better sword.
Good idea. No more.
Let me breathe on this one a little bit, guys. Come on.
It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Yeah! Oh, the Goddardammerung. That's probably the ultimate weapon for, I think, this playthrough. And then Ragnarok. Ancient Ashen legend purpose that one day the Age of Dominance will draw to a close in an epic clash of icons that sets the land ablaze, cleansing it of foulness and allowing for its rebirth, a clash they call Ragnarok. Cool. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. This is just weaker than what I have. I mean, it shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this as early as I possibly can fucking do it. Yes, okay. No, it's better. It's actually quite a bit better. Cool. I like it. So I need to make the goddamn wrong. Blacksmith Blues 4.
I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend to me, Clive. The best.
Aw, we love each other. Oh, you actually need Ragnarok as the base. Well, that helps at least a little bit. So we need 3 Orichalcum, 2 Dark Steel, and a Primitive Battle Horn. Cool. Oh, God. The Tricephalic Terror. A caravan of traders traversing the Velcroy told me of a colossal beast they have encountered on their journey. To hear them tell it, had the aspects of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion all at once. I contested it might be naught but a mirage, a phantasm brought up by the desert heat. I think it's like the thing we just fought, isn't it? The sweat which ran down their foreheads was cold, and the fear in their eyes real. Ooh, that sounds fun. I also got these 2 things, too. Don't know where the fuck he is, though. All right, I guess we'll build up then. Let's go to the man in black. There he is. Just hanging out over here. He's got his big old cannon or something. Holy trumpeter! Is he even a Kashik? He's just some dude. Just some dude. Bring out your bearers.
Me and my water. Purge them of their sin.
My mother's bidding.
You will die this day. Ah! Whoa! See you, dickhead. Woo! Dead. Yeah.
Your work here is done.
Long live the king or something. I don't know. All right, a blazing beacon. Now reports an unexpected surplus in Dalamil's stores, and as means of showing the town's gratitude for past assistance, has expressed her distinct wish that one Lord Underhill partake in their good fortune. Yes, give me all those ability points.
You earned this.
Oh, there it is. Rainbow Burb! It's too pretty, it must die. Damn gay bird! Dread Comet. Ah, die, dick. Die, gay bird. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Most fabulous of all burbs. Oh, wow. Actually, he has no stagger gauge on him. Really, dude? Really? Ah. You gonna do me like that? Ow, ow. Oh, my God. Bird kick. Oh, he's got Choco Meteor, too. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, okay, okay. Stop it. Stop it, Bird. Stop that shit. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Ice and lightning together. Goes pretty well, doesn't it? Choco Meteor Rain. Oh, my Jesus Christ. Monkey balls. Blah, 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 blah. Stop it. Stop it, Bird. Fuck. You stupid. Bird. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I died. Fucking dead. Damn it. Ah, die. Double rainbow all the way. You dumb burp. Comet feather.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do.
What do you mean there's nothing I could do? I was one that chose to come over and beat its ass. Whatever. Oh, there it is. Gorgamera. Gorgamera. Oh boy, level 50 as well. Or actually, no, level 45. I can do this. Ah! Ow. Fuck. Power God. Oh, 100K broken. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, God. I got to get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. dead. All right, not nearly as bad as that fucking dragon dude. Damn, I got a lot of experience though. And some more calcum, perfect.
Should have picked on someone your own size.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on with this guy down here. It's probably gonna be some bullshit.
Just the man I was hoping to see. This time, it's a new smelter.
All right, he wants a smelter. Fine. All right, smelters. All right, so got him some fall materials. He made a furnace. And that's what this little area over here has been for. Yes, yes. All right. All right, and he did a thing. Oh, expanded my potion satchel. Okay, yeah, that's right. The other guy made my potions better. This guy makes them bigger. I thought they were honestly the same person, to be honest. All right, so now I can get 8 potions, 5 high potions, and 1 more for strength and stone skin. Woohoo! With two Ds, upgrade consumable potency and inventory slots to maximum. Done and done. I like how this is all done to like essentially make a clasp or something for my bag so that I can have more potions. That's what that big ass furnace down there was for. That's it. Nothing else.
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
Fine. Tears of mercy.
Well, Taya, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Taya. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
Aw, is that her dad or something?
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigue. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor. Back in the Southern Isles. On the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents. To treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. But my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Okay, we got a little look at glimpse of Taria there. Again, we also have another one in here. Oh, Yoda?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort.
Okay, yes. All right, here's your thing.
Thank you.
Okay, unfortunately, okay, I can't believe it. When I was getting ready to start this quest, guys, I was like, man, this is probably a good one. It started off pretty good. She's like, hey, we need help Joshua with the curse he's, born to his chest and he's containing Ultima or whatever, and they need help ease his pain. And I was like, oh shit, this seems like it's gonna be a really significant one. Maybe we'll learn more about Yoda and a little bit more Joshua and stuff. And nope, she just goes, hey, go get this thing, this fucking ingredient. I brought it back. She's like, great, this is gonna help Joshua a lot. Make sure to look after yourself though too. Thanks, Yoda. And that's the end of the quest. I don't fucking believe it. Fuck you, game. God damn it. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm done with that shit, all right? I'm done with it. Come on. You're primed to give me something meaningful there, and you just squandered it. You just didn't do anything. And I'm even more pissed because it fooled me into thinking for sure that, oh, this has to be something interesting. Oh, it's this guy. This is the guy that Clive gave like the look, and like oh, you should have trusted him. I wasn't really sure what that meant.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
I guess he just doesn't know what to think of these guys.
My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Okay. Collect the survey team's findings.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord.
Okay. Oh, it's interesting. It's over here. An area that appears currently locked off, but I assume I just need to talk to them. Oh, actually, oh, no. I think I have to come from this end. Ooh, cool. Big thing. Oh god, everyone's already fucking dead. You guys are very good at their job. So much for being undying. Oh, well.
You'll pay for this.
Curse you, laser sword guys! Curse you! No! Oh, it's a big boy. Damn. Fool's gold.
I'd say it's their leader.
Ow. Bang me. Alright, all done.
Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Hello. We are of the Assassin's Guild.
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
Yeah.
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
Well, we found a whole lot of nothing.
That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
Yeah, fuck you. Okay, so these guys will just die for that shit, huh?
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Fucking survey says these guys are crazy. How important is this shit even gonna be, guys? This isn't part of a side quest. This isn't main plot relevant. Oh, imagine it's like, oh, well, you fucking didn't do this side quest, so you're never gonna figure out how the hell to beat Ultima and you get the bad ending of the game. Though if it did, that'd be definitely a big surprise. I'd actually be kind of impressed.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
Especially when it is.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them.
Cam.
We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come.
Just do this a little smarter, guys.
Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice
my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rosfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him.
Yeah?
As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
That wasn't a yes. That was just him like, listen, all right, we're just going to keep doing our thing. So, yeah. Okay, I think I'm starting to see why Ice Age cooldown by 1.5 seconds. Fucking fuck you, game. Fuck you. 1.5 seconds? Dude, come on. Literally. Dude, did anyone in the game actually ever equip this, unironically? I just couldn't wait that extra 1.5 seconds, dude. Like, I can even sort of get like 10 seconds and shit, or even 8 seconds, maybe. 1.5 seconds. But anyway. Okay, definitely seeing why now Clive was kind of looking at him like, I guess he was just getting some bad vibes from them. And for very clear reason, they're just, they're kind of stupid. they're kind of stupid. What's going on at the bar?
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I don't know, man. You had an exclamation point over your head.
How the town's been faring since you brought everyone together. Since we brought everyone together.
Oh, continuation of the...
All is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, these
Conrad
two.
and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm.
And firmly in each other's pants now. Whoa, whoa! That's a twist.
Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too.
Sure he is.
They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon. May there indeed.
Isn't there always?
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws.
The League of Villains.
They grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
No, kids, we all about to die.
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more? How could I refuse?
I can't, apparently.
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you. I'll go and speak with him.
Lines in the sand.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Okay. Okay. Dickheads. Time to die.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but... that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
That's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
Fuck, mate.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running.
Yeah, damn kids!
We just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly.
All right, I'm gonna have to blow the whole town up.
Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They'll listen to me. You head to the tavern.
Buy from beers.
Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can.
Lord Underhill.
Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why do they always have to make such a...
I knew all along that he...
Now listen, guys.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
I sure look like a merchant,
the
right?
rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Yes.
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
This is going very well. God damn, this whole fucking world in this game is just full of bigots.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
I don't know, man.
For now, we should report back to
They were
Luke.
pretty, dead set about this shit. How quick they are to forget that he literally saved their fucking town.
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making.
Yeah, waka waka.
But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against.
What?
For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this.
No.
But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Damn, this is a good one.
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
No, there's definitely gonna be more to this one. Yeah. And for now, but we might actually have the second part right here. Yeah, I was just supposed to start off kind of like, oh fuck, I'll kill some bandits, alright, whatever. And then suddenly, isn't it amazing, right? Like this is what I mean. This is all you gotta do. You just gotta make it, like, give us an interesting like, oh fuck, he's a bear? Oh shit. And then like the dialogue here was actually great. Like the fact that the townspeople are fucking just absolutely will not stand it. And you're just like, oh my God, you know? And then seeing the argument between these two is like, Jesus. Like they can make meaningful stuff like this. And, oh, no, nothing right now, but I imagine later. No, this is not the end of this shit. All right, what's going on here?
Clive, you'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
Ah, right.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
That seems like something you could really just walk right over there and do yourself, but okay.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El? What's happened?
Well, shit.
I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting.
No, I didn't say I was okay.
Go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend.
Yeah, his whole goal...
I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended.
Is to
you go to
free her
Randalar
from this
stop
burden.
my sister biting the Consortium's heads off.
If he can.
If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then.
To Randalar!
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
Hello!
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
Huh?
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the
one of our
continent
guys?
is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
Oh.
That does sound unusual.
That sounds good.
No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
Huh. I mean, that kind of sounds like one of our guys. Who else is gonna treat him nice?
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more, and he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers.
Ah.
But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head.
Dragon!
Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Go fight him, Eloise. I'm gonna stand here.
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Saying a dragon, like a dragon? Like Big Boss Dragon or Tiny Wyvern Dragon?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
Oh, fuck.
Just have to pray makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Oh, hey, you remembered me here. Good. Me starting to think you're some just ghost that follow you. Not really important to any plot points or anything. Of course, you're the most important character in the whole game, Torgal. Me know that. But do you know that? Me not so sure anymore. This area looking not so good. Where's the dragon?
It's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
Blah.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Why's my mouth all fucked up? That is indeed a dragon.
Looks like it's found me.
Okay, real again.
This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Ha! That looked funny. Freeze him in midair while he's coming down like that. There we go.
Clive?
Oh, a cutscene.
Theodore, you had me worried for...
Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oh, God.
We have to get you out of here.
Bad ending!
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
Oh, man, this is fucked.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Isn't the fucking ether still in the area? Lady, get out of here!
He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care
Oh no.
of my sister.
Vito, wait.
Goodbye. Oh.
Oh, fuck. God damn. Oh man, fucking goddamn, dude, that's messed up. Why? Why would you do that now? We're just trying to buy some pears. What the hell? Why this took such a dark turn? Where did that fucking drag come from?
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to...
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen, the life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together, then. For Theodore.
Jesus, dude, fucking... That one really got me fucking good. I started getting a little teary-eyed at that shit. Isn't it amazing? Like, this is what I mean, man. This game is such high highs, and even some of these side quests are so fucking good. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. Even some of these side quests are so fucking good. It's amazing, though, that just... And then the other ones are so fucking boring. They're so just fucking whatever, you know? Just go do this, then whatever. Like, and then this one, god damn, dude. Fuck. Not just, also just the... I gotta give it to the performances, too. God, I wish every quest in this game had this level of, like, care put into it. I mean, god, this one even had a cutscene, too. Like, an actual, like, or well, I don't know if it was pre-rendered, but like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I was already pretty invested. Like, I actually did like these two characters too. At least I was still relatively invested in their story. I thought it was a nice setup. That was a heart-rending ending though. Crimson Caravan signboard, the emblem of the Crimson Caravan's porters of wide renown. They are based in Bakhlet, where traders from across Valisthea flock to browse the 1,000 tables and transport their wares either through the Dominion or on down the Crystal Road to the lands beyond. Scarlet Cyclone.
The Crimson Caravans is my family business now, and I would not exchange it for the world. I brought Theo here to be safe, and I have never looked back since.
Fucking goddamn, man. Okay, we still have a few side quests left, including helping Doris with her thing, and then one over near Martha's Rest and one over near the Dame's place. And I think we'll be good. But I think we're gonna save those for next time, guys. Oh man, yeah, it's definitely. Again, we got a pretty. I say it was a coin flip, right? It was kind. I'd say about like half of the quests that we did in here were ones I just ended up kind of cutting. And the other half, I mean, I thought the Blackthorn one was actually quite good. Like, it's when they focus on the characters, you know, and they really try to like make us, you know, care about them. That's when it really becomes like, damn, this is some fucking great shit, dude. Like, legit, like that quest that we just did was probably one of the best ones in the whole game. I'm really glad I didn't miss that. Even if it did have an absolutely horrendously sad ending. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe if you're not already. Become a picky penguin aboard the SLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.